Well, it's the big game, everybody. Super Bowl 51 is this Sunday. It will be decided between the AFC champion New England Patriots and the NFC champion Atlanta Falcons. And if you've watched my NFL playoff preview show that I did a few weeks ago, you probably know what I'm about ready to say here. And because my predictions so far have been relatively accurate, I'm going to continue to stick with those predictions. As of right now, I am 9-1 in playoff predictions. The only game I missed was the Oakland Raiders versus the Houston Texans. And even in that video, I said whoever was going to win that game would go on to New England and lose. So overall, I've been very accurate, and that kind of worries me because obviously, I'm not a big New England Patriot fan. I'm one of those people, and many people across the country who don't care for New England. Now, I got nothing against people who root for New England. I actually don't even really, care. I don't mind like their head coach, or I don't mind Tom Brady or Bill Belichick at all. I mean, I'm sure they're great people in real life. It's kind of fun as a fan to have a villain to root for, so to speak. I'll put it that way. It's like when you're watching a movie, you want to root for against the bad guy. And in this case, the bad guy to me and a lot of other fans across the NFL is the New England Patriots. Part of it's due to their success. Again, a lot of people think they cheated, and I'm sure every team cheats to some degree. They just got caught, or whatever, however you want to put it. But anyway, in regards to this game, I think this is going to be a very fun game. But then again, I thought the AFC title game and the NFC title game would be a lot fun, and they ended up being a little boring because they were both practically blowouts. So I'm really hoping that the Super Bowl this year is not a blowout at all. I hope it's a close contested game with some lead changes here and there. I hope it's a shootout actually, but because it seems like in the playoffs here, it just hasn't been a whole lot of scoring, at least on one side of the ball, and the games have just not been as entertaining as some years past. But I think the offense of the Atlanta Falcons is powerful enough to definitely put up some points even against that good defense in New England. There for a while, I kind of wondered if the New England Patriots defense has been praised and praised and praised, and maybe they're not as good as everyone said they were, because this season they really haven't gone up against any high caliber offenses. They've gone up against some backup quarterbacks, so to speak, like your Ryan Fitzpatrick's and I don't know, your Brock Osweilers and things like that. Nobody that quarterback really puts fear into a defense. The one time they went up against a quarterback who would be considered a more worthy opponent was Russell Wilson and the Seahawks, and the New England Patriots lost that game. So when they went to play the Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC Championship game, I thought, okay, well maybe Pittsburgh's got a chance here because that defense may be a little overrated in my opinion, I thought. And well, then Le'Veon Bell got hurt, and they focused all their attention on Antonio Brown, and they took him out of the game, and the Steelers really just didn't have any answers at that point. Uh, and of course, when Le'Veon Bell goes down, that kind of destroys your offense to begin with. So yeah, I just kind of maybe they are better than I gave them credit for. So I'll own up to that there, and maybe I underestimated them to some degree. But yeah, New England is very very good. The one thing that New England's defense does do very, very well, and it's something that Bill Belichick has done for years, when you're playing another team, he will focus on at least one of the major weapons and take them out. And I don't mean physically injuring them or anything like that. I mean they will take them out of the game, like Antonio Brown in the AFC title game. They limited him to like 60 some yards, if I remember correctly. So that's one thing the New England defense does very well. They have a good defense enough to take out your big player. And in the Super Bowl, I think they will probably more than likely focus on Julio Jones. Now, the thing about doing that is that strategy may not work with Atlanta. Atlanta has so many weapons on offense. They have Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman from right here in Bloomington, Indiana, at the Indiana University. Go Hoosiers! Those two running backs are dynamic in and of themselves. A good one-two punch, a great one-two punch. Not to mention, Atlanta's got Mohamed Sanu and a bunch of other receivers who can catch the ball efficiently. So I don't know if taking out Julio Jones is going to be enough against Atlanta. I mean, they've just been putting up points at will in this playoff here. So I don't know if New England's going to have the defensive capabilities to match that sort of a potential. Now, New England's offensive side of the ball, on the other hand, will put up points. Even without Rob Gronkowski, New England just continues to roll with Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola, I'm sorry, and LeGarrette Blount and Chris Hogan. A lot of these guys, you wouldn't consider superstars in this league, but they've got Tom Brady. And Tom Brady is, again, as much as I'm not a fan of New England, the dude knows how to win games. He's been in more Super Bowls than anybody in the modern era, and it's just crazy to think about. I mean, the guy is good. I hate to say it, but he really, really is. And Atlanta's defense, while improved this year, I don't know if they're going to have the defensive capability to stop Tom Brady, because that takes a momentous effort. So in this game, while I think it is going to be close, I think it's going to be a bit of a shootout to some degree. At least I hope so. I think as a fan, those are fun games to watch. And those are the ones I get excited about the most. I do love defensive struggles too. It just depends on the day. But the way the playoffs are going, I would really love to see a shootout here. So I'm hoping for a lot of fun. And I'm pulling for the Atlanta Falcons, mainly because, I mean, obviously, if you can't tell looking at me, I am a Colts fan. So I'm not a big Patriot lover. Let's put it that way. So I'm rooting for the Falcons. For one, Atlanta's never won a Super Bowl. They said the only, championship that Atlanta as a city has ever won was the Atlanta Braves, I think 1995 World Series. So, and Boston has had how many titles from New England alone, let alone the Celtics and the Red Sox and, all these other teams out that they've got out there. So they know how to win championships in the Boston area. For Atlanta, I just think it would mean a lot more to them to finally get a Super Bowl win here. I know they've been to the Super Bowl before, but they didn't have, they weren't successful in their run then. But for me, I would just like to see Atlanta do it. Now, again, if Tom Brady wins and the Patriots win this one, it will be his fifth Super Bowl championship out of 7 appearances, I believe. So that will be, historical in of itself, which will make him the all-time leader when it comes to Super Bowl wins here. And to me, if I was him, I'd retire right there on the spot at the podium. But I'm sure Tom has got no plans of retiring anytime soon, so he'll probably be back and probably be in another Super Bowl before it's all said and done. But yeah, I'm pulling for Atlanta. But again, based on my playoff predictions that I did a few weeks back, I'm going to stick with the New England Patriots as the winner of this year's Super Bowl, Super Bowl 51. If I was going to put a score on it, I would say 38-34 New England. But that's just mainly due to the fact that Tom Brady, until the Patriots lose, I cannot, in good conscience, pick against them, especially since I picked them to win over a month ago or so. And so far, everything has gone almost exactly as I predicted. It's uncanny the amount of predictions I got right in this playoff preview, because I'm usually a jinx when it comes to things like this. Whenever I predict something, it usually goes the exact opposite way just to make me look stupid. But and usually it succeeds pretty well, I might add. So in this case, I am going to take New England, and I'm mostly hoping for a good game. And I'm sure I'll have fun rooting against the Patriots, as I'm sure many of you will have fun rooting for the Patriots. And as of right now, though, go Falcons. And I'd like to see Matt Ryan just get him one. I think he's a good quarterback, and I think he's had some rough seasons. And kind of reminds me a bit of Peyton Manning a little bit, just being a Colts homer here. But again, you're free to root for whoever you want to root for, and I've got my team, and I'm sure many of you have yours out there. But just from a humble guy here in Indiana, I'm going to take New England Patriots to win this game, and I cannot wait for it on February 5th. Well, that'll just about do it for me, everybody. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like what you saw here, please comment and like this video. And you can also subscribe to the Jailcast on YouTube by searching for Jailcast there. You can also find links in the description of this video for my Facebook and Twitter, or you can go to facebook.com/Jailcast, or you can find me on Twitter @EricJail. So until next time, thank you for watching. God bless.